The Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank is a nonprofit organization dedicated to the elimination of hunger in the Pittsburgh region. Their mission is to feed people in need and mobilize our community to eliminate hunger. The organization envisions a hunger-free southwestern Pennsylvania. The focus of this project is within the Food Bank Repack Center. Here, bulk donations are received and sorted into different categories, which are then packaged into smaller boxes and sent to the warehouse for distribution. Due to inefficiencies within the Repack facility, donations are frequently unable to be accepted for processing and redistribution. The objective of our project is to increase the Repack Center's throughput in order to process more donations to feed more people in need. In order to gain a thorough understanding of the Repack Center's processes and to identify key problem areas, the initial approach included attending staff meetings, hands-on volunteer experience, process observation, and employee interviews. This preliminary analysis pointed to the following three areas of concern within the Repack operation: a bottleneck at the pre-sort process, a reactive operation due to high variability in volunteer labor and amount of incoming donations, and an existing CSFP facility layout that forces all regular Repack processes to shut down for 1 week each month. Currently, only experienced volunteers are assigned to perform pre-sort operations due to the learning curve at this process. This creates a shortage of labor, making pre-sort a bottleneck for the system. Implementing enhanced training and organizational tools at the station will permit average volunteers to learn and perform pre-sort operations successfully. This goal was accomplished utilizing three different methods: improved guideline sheet, 5S implementation with labeling, and creation of a short training video.
The Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank relies on volunteer labor to staff its Repack facility. Volunteers perform all Repack and pre-sort processes. The nature of volunteer work provides an inherent problem of inconsistency that the food bank tries to plan for, but much of their planning is reactive rather than proactive. To help shift this focus to a more proactive approach, a forecasting model was built using a linear regression analysis of 2 years' worth of volunteer arrival data. The data allowed for the creation of a model which is able to predict the number of volunteers arriving on any given day. Users of the model are provided with indices that correspond to each month and day of the week and the statistical variance inherent in the day. To forecast for a specific day, the user selects the appropriate indices and performs a simple calculation, giving them the forecasting value. Using this model in conjunction with scheduling recommendations, the staff should be able to plan the week accordingly, helping reduce variation in production. In addition, several key metrics were analyzed for the first time. These metrics included quantity, size, and arrival dates of donations, amount of salvage transformations, as well as amount of donation spoilage. This data provides a key insight into the daily workings of the Repack facility and their production. These analyses were given to the food bank as a pseudo-audit of their production.
1 week of every month, the Repack Center performs a Commodity Supplemental Food Program, or CSFP, which requires a layout change for the facility. Currently, the CSFP layout arranges the tables in a diagonal line spanning nearly the entire Repack floor, and requires up to 3 hours setup time. Furthermore, all other Repack activities shut down during CSFP week due to lack of floor space. To remedy this problem, a new layout was designed utilizing a U-shape to occupy less space and allow other Repack operations to occur simultaneously with the CSFP process. An initial test showed the layout is feasible by meeting the required spatial constraints and should allow the food bank to meet the current CSFP quota. As a result, the pre-sort area and 2 Repack stations are made available for operation during CSFP week, enabling an increase in throughput. During observation of Repack, many human factors issues were discovered. Ergonomic Reba and Rula techniques were used to evaluate the user safety of Repack operations. Existing practices were deemed unsafe due to excess backbending and reaching. To change this, we recommend getting pallet lifts to prevent strenuous backbends to pick up food. Also, adjustable tables would eliminate far awkward reaches for shorter volunteers.
The current training guidelines are not intuitive for volunteers to understand and lead to confusion. These guides were redesigned by adding visual cues to help volunteers process information faster and complete tasks more effectively.
We have broken our recommendations down into short and long-term goals. We suggest implementing the revised guide sheets, labels, and training video immediately to improve volunteer performance. In addition, the new forecasting model can be used to help schedule volunteers, and new data collection measures can be employed. When the food bank is able, we suggest testing the new CSFP layout and purchasing the new equipment to ensure volunteer safety.